Okay, so you're interested in commercial real estate,
Yes.
and you've sent us some articles and blog posts about Cara Conde.
Mhm.
We're calling this a deep dive for a reason.
I like it.
We're going to go beyond the basics,
Okay.
explore her journey, and really dissect what makes her so successful.
Sounds good.
So for those of us who think commercial real estate and just picture skyscrapers,
Yeah.
what's the bigger picture?
Well, think beyond just office towers.
Correct.
Commercial real estate. It encompasses a vast landscape
Mm-hmm.
from retail spaces,
Okay.
sprawling industrial complexes to those multifamily apartment buildings popping up everywhere.
Okay, so it's much more diverse than I initially imagined.
Definitely.
But how does that diversity then impact the role of someone like Cara, the agent?
Well, it requires a deep understanding of not just the market, but
Yeah.
also the specific needs and regulations tied to each property type.
Okay.
We're talking zoning laws, infrastructure requirements,
Hmm.
and even things like environmental regulations.
Wow, that's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah, it is.
So how does Cara navigate this complex world and stand out from the crowd?
She's mastered the art of matching properties to clients' goals
Okay.
by delving deep into their business models.
Interesting.
She doesn't just find a space,
Hmm.
she crafts a solution.
So she's really taking into account their needs,
Exactly.
how their business operates.
Yes, it's about understanding their growth trajectory,
Okay.
their future plans,
Hmm.
and aligning the property with their overall vision.
It's like she's a business consultant as
Yeah.
much as a real estate agent.
Precisely.
And that strategic approach is evident in how she guides her clients.
Mhm.
One of the articles highlighted how Cara provides advice
Yes.
based on meticulous market analysis.
Mhm.
It's not just about what works today.
Right.
It's about predicting future trends and opportunities.
Exactly.
Can you give an example of how that plays out in a real-world scenario?
Absolutely. Imagine she's working with a retail client.
Yeah.
Looking to open a new store.
Mm-hmm.
Cara wouldn't just look at available spaces.
Okay.
She'd analyze foot traffic patterns,
Makes sense.
demographic shifts,
Okay.
and even future development plans in the area.
So she's not just looking at what's there now.
Right.
She's looking at how things will evolve
Exactly.
and how that would potentially benefit the client.
That's it.
Wow.
She's thinking several steps ahead,
Mm.
ensuring her clients are positioned for long-term success.
Not just a quick win.
Precisely.
Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Now, reading through these materials,
Mhm.
it's clear that some serious skills are needed to thrive in this kind of environment.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like it takes more than just being good at sales.
Yeah, definitely.
What are some of the key skills that set top agents like Cara apart?
One of the articles I read called out market analysis and research as a core differentiator,
Okay.
and not just the surface level stuff.
So going deep,
Yeah.
really understanding those nuances,
It's about understanding economic trends.
local development plans,
Mm-hmm.
even those subtle demographic shifts
Interesting.
that can make or break an investment.
I bet that's where Cara's background comes in handy.
Yeah, it
Does
does.
she have a specific degree in real estate or finance?
While a specialized degree isn't always mandatory,
Okay.
Cara's background in real estate definitely provides a solid foundation
Mm-hmm.
for her analytical approach.
Okay.
It allows her to connect the dots between market data and her clients' specific needs.
So it's not just about knowing the numbers.
Right.
It's about knowing what those numbers mean for each individual client.
Precisely.
And one of the blog posts I found mentioned an example
Yeah.
where she uncovered a hidden opportunity in a neighborhood that most people had written off.
Wow.
Her deep dive into the local development plans revealed a shift
Wow.
that would drastically increase the area's value.
So she saw something that others didn't.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
And that foresight obviously greatly benefited her clients.
But it's not all about number crunching, is it?
No.
There's a human element to this business as well, right?
Absolutely. Commercial real estate thrives on relationships.
Okay.
Building and nurturing a strong network is crucial,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're looking for those off-market opportunities.
So Cara's network is more than just a list of contacts.
Yeah.
It's a carefully cultivated web of connections
Right.
that provide her clients with a competitive edge.
Exactly.
And it's not just about having a large network.
Yeah.
It's about building trust
Mm-hmm.
and a reputation for integrity.
Definitely.
The people in Cara's network know they can rely on her for sound advice
Yeah.
and ethical practices.
That's key.
That kind of trust is essential,
Mm-hmm.
especially when navigating the high-stakes world of negotiations.
Right.
Commercial real estate deals aren't exactly known for being simple and straightforward, are they?
Not at all.
These negotiations can be incredibly complex,
Yes.
often involving multiple parties,
Right.
intricate financing
Yeah.
structures, and a lot of back and forth.
It's a lot.
I imagine that's where Cara's negotiation mastery comes into play.
Absolutely. She's known for securing favorable terms for her clients,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not about playing hardball.
Okay.
It's about understanding the needs of all parties involved
Mm-hmm.
and finding creative solutions that benefit everyone.
So a win-win.
Exactly.
One source mentioned how she managed to save a client a significant amount of money
Oh, wow.
by suggesting a slight adjustment to the lease terms.
That's smart.
So it's not just about getting the deal done.
No.
It's about getting the right deal done
Yes.
for everyone involved.
Precisely.
Okay, so we've talked about the complex landscape of commercial real estate
Yes.
and the skills needed to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious about the path to becoming successful in this field.
Okay.
What does that journey look like?
Well, let's use Cara's career as a roadmap.
Okay.
A solid educational foundation is
Right.
key.
Yeah.
And while she doesn't have a specific finance degree, her real estate background definitely gave her a head start. It's about understanding market trends,
Okay.
property values,
Mm-hmm.
and how to translate that knowledge into actionable insights for clients.
So education is the foundation.
Yes,
But of course, you can't practice without a real estate license, right?
absolutely. A real estate license is non-negotiable.
Right.
It usually involves completing pre-licensing coursework and passing a state exam.
Okay, the standard procedure.
Yeah.
But what sets someone like Cara apart is that she didn't stop there.
Interesting. What do you mean?
She went above and beyond, pursuing advanced certifications,
Like what?
like the CCIM,
Okay.
Certified Commercial Investment Member,
Yeah.
and the SIR designation,
Right.
Specialist in Industrial and Office Real Estate.
Wow.
And
Very proud.
I have to admit, those acronyms are a bit intimidating.
Yeah, they can be.
What do they really mean for someone like Cara?
They represent a deep dive into specialized knowledge.
Okay.
The CCIM, for example, focuses on financial and market analysis,
You're right.
giving her a significant edge in understanding complex transactions.
So it takes her expertise to a whole other level.
Exactly.
And the SIR designation highlights her expertise in industrial and office properties, making her a go-to resource for clients in those sectors.
So she's really honed her skills
Yeah.
in those particular areas.
It's like having a seal of approval from the industry itself.
Exactly.
And the learning doesn't stop there.
Right.
One of the articles emphasized that Cara is constantly investing in her professional development,
That's great.
attending seminars, and even studying economic shifts
Wow.
that could impact the market.
She's always staying ahead of the curve.
That's right.
That's impressive.
And that dedication to staying informed allows her to provide her clients with cutting-edge insights,
Right.
ensuring they're always ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. In a dynamic field like commercial real estate,
Yeah.
standing still is the same as falling behind.
Yeah.
So Cara is constantly pushing herself to stay at the top of her game.
It sounds like it.
This paints a picture of someone who is incredibly driven
Mm-hmm.
and dedicated to their craft.
Yeah.
So what does a typical day look like for a commercial real estate agent like Cara?
Hold on tight because it's a whirlwind.
Oh,
We're
seriously,
talking
hang on.
fast-paced,
I'm like-
multifaceted,
Yeah.
and definitely not your 9-to-5 job.
I'm ready for the ride.
Okay, good.
Let's break down a typical day in Cara's world.
All right.
So first imagine this.
Okay.
She's up before dawn,
Wow.
not with coffee,
Whoa.
but with data.
Interesting.
Her mornings are all about immersing herself in property listings,
Okay.
industry news,
Mm-hmm.
and those niche economic reports
Wow.
that most people wouldn't even know existed.
She's serious.
So she's getting a 360-degree view of the market
Yeah.
before most of us have even hit the snooze button.
That's dedication.
And she's not just skimming headlines.
Right.
She's digging deep,
Mm-hmm.
connecting the dots,
Uh-huh.
and looking for those subtle signals
Okay.
that others might miss.
She's like a detective.
For example,
Yeah.
a news article about a new infrastructure project
Okay.
could be a gold mine of information for her.
How so?
It might reveal a future hotspot for development
Interesting.
or a potential shift in property values.
Wow. So she's seeing the potential that
That's
others might overlook.
It sounds like she's treating information like a detective would treat clues,
That's a great analogy.
always searching for that hidden piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
And this meticulous approach extends to her strategic planning.
Okay.
She's thinking about her current deals, anticipating potential market shifts, and figuring out how to best advise her clients proactively.
So she's always thinking ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
That's impressive.
So her mornings are a mix of information gathering and strategic thinking, all fueled by a pre-dawn dose of data.
Wow, that's intense.
What happens when she steps out the door?
As we move into the midday hours. Okay.
Her focus shifts to client interactions and those all-important property tours.
Okay, so this is where the traditional real estate activities come in.
Yes, but even here, Cara's approach is anything but ordinary.
Interesting. What do you mean?
She's not just showing properties. She's curating experiences.
What do you mean by that?
Before she even takes a client to see a property, she's done her homework.
Okay.
She understands their needs, their goals, their budget, and even their personality.
Oh, wow. So she's really getting to know them.
Yeah, she wants to make sure she's showing them properties that not only meet their criteria, but also have that special something that aligns with their vision.
So it's more than just finding a space that checks the boxes.
Right.
It's about finding a space that resonates with the client on a deeper level.
That's the goal.
And during the tour itself, she's not just pointing out the obvious features. She's painting a picture.
Helping the client envision how they could use the space.
Right.
How it could contribute to their success.
Yeah.
How it could even enhance their brand image.
It's about seeing the potential.
So she's selling them on the possibilities, not just the bricks and mortar.
She's a master at connecting the dots between the property and her client's aspirations. Making them see the potential that others might miss.
And that takes more than just real estate knowledge.
Definitely.
It takes communication skills, a deep understanding of business, and a bit of artistry.
It's an art form.
It's like she's creating a story, a narrative that draws the client in and makes them feel like this property is more than just a building.
Right.
It's a part of their future.
Exactly.
That's really powerful.
It is.
And that ability to tell a compelling story, to connect with clients on an emotional level, that's what sets her apart from the competition. Okay, so we've got research planning, client meetings, and property tours. It's already a jam-packed day. But what about negotiations? Where do those fit in?
Well, as you can imagine, the life of a successful commercial real estate agent doesn't really stop when the sun goes down.
So evenings are busy too.
Yeah, her evenings are often dedicated to handling those complex negotiations and making sure deals move forward smoothly.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Commercial real estate transactions can be incredibly intricate.
Definitely.
With multiple parties and a lot of moving parts.
There's a lot to keep track of.
And Cara is meticulous in her approach.
Oh, yeah.
She spends hours reviewing contracts.
Wow.
Making sure her clients' interests are protected.
And working to secure the most favorable terms possible.
This is where her reputation for negotiation mastery really comes into play.
Absolutely.
And even after the workday is technically over, she's still actively tracking all open negotiations.
Wow.
Following up with involved parties.
And keeping things moving to ensure deals progress smoothly.
So even her downtime is still very much focused on her client's success.
Absolutely.
But it's not all work and no play.
No, of course not.
She also dedicates her evenings to networking.
Right.
And continuing her education.
That's great.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Building relationships is crucial in this industry.
Definitely.
And you have to stay updated on the latest trends and developments.
Absolutely.
Especially in a fast-paced field like commercial real estate. It's easy to fall behind if you're not constantly learning.
For sure.
So you might find her attending industry events, connecting with fellow agents, or even just catching up with clients to maintain those strong relationships that are so crucial to her success.
It's all about building those connections.
It sounds like she really understands that success in this industry isn't just about closing deals. It's about building relationships, staying informed, and always being willing to learn and grow.
And that's a recipe for success in any field.
Absolutely.
Not just real estate.
Okay, so we've seen how Cara navigates the day-to-day demands of being a top commercial real estate agent.
Yeah, she's definitely got a lot going on.
But let's be real.
Okay.
This isn't a field for the faint of heart.
No.
There must be some serious challenges.
Oh, Oh, yeah.
that come with the territory, right?
Absolutely. Commercial real estate is a dynamic and often unpredictable field.
Okay.
One of the biggest hurdles is market volatility.
Right, because things like economic downturns, inflation, and changes in consumer behavior can have a huge impact on property values and demand.
And that's where Cara's expertise in market analysis truly shines.
Okay.
She uses her deep understanding of historical trends, her ability to analyze data, and her constant monitoring of the market to help her clients navigate those uncertain times.
So she's not just reacting to changes, she's anticipating them.
Exactly.
Like having a financial advisor who specializes in real estate.
That's a great way to put it.
And then there's the challenge of dealing with the complex financing and investment structures.
Oh, yeah.
They're common in commercial real estate.
Those can be really complicated.
Yeah, those deals often involve loans, equity partnerships, investment funds.
Yeah.
It can get pretty overwhelming for someone who's not a financial expert.
Definitely.
And Cara understands that she takes those complicated concepts and breaks them down into simple, understandable terms for her clients.
That's helpful.
Helping them navigate the financial maze
and
make informed decisions.
It's like she's acting as a translator.
Yeah.
Bridging the gap between the technical world of finance and the practical needs of her clients.
And of course, there are always legal and regulatory hurdles to consider.
Oh, absolutely.
Zoning laws, environmental regulations, tax implications, all of these things can make or break a deal.
It's a minefield out there.
It sounds like a minefield.
Yeah.
How does she manage to navigate all of that?
Well, Cara is incredibly thorough when it comes to the legal aspects of real estate. She collaborates with legal experts, stays updated on all the latest regulations, and makes sure every transaction is compliant and secure.
Wow.
She's always thinking ahead, trying to anticipate potential risks and protect her clients' interests.
It sounds like she's got a real knack for detail.
She does.
And then there's the challenge of balancing the needs of her diverse clientele.
Right, because in commercial real estate, you're not just dealing with people looking for a place to live.
Right.
You've got investors, business owners, developers, all with their own objectives and risk tolerance.
And Cara has mastered the art of adapting to each client's unique needs and goals. She listens carefully, understands their vision, and adjusts her strategies accordingly.
It's like she's a chameleon, able to blend into her client's world, understand their perspective, and speak their language.
That's a great analogy.
It is.
And that ability to connect with people from all walks of life, to build rapport and trust, that's what makes her such an effective agent.
For sure.
Okay, so we've seen how Cara tackles the challenges of this demanding field.
It's not easy.
But I'm curious about the advice she might offer to aspiring commercial real estate agents. Those just starting their journey in this demanding field.
Yeah.
What pearls of wisdom does she have to share?
One of the most important pieces of advice she gives is to focus on building a strong personal brand.
In other words, figuring out what makes you unique and showcasing those strengths to potential clients.
Exactly.
She stresses that your brand should reflect your values, your expertise, and what you bring to the table.
Right.
And that consistency is key. Your brand should be evident in everything you do.
Right.
From your social media presence to your client interactions.
Absolutely.
And I imagine Cara's brand is all about professionalism,
definitely,
client-first service, and that strategic forward-thinking approach we've been talking about.
You nailed it.
And speaking of clients, she also emphasizes the importance of cultivating genuine, long-term relationships.
Absolutely.
Because it's not just about closing deals.
Right.
It's about becoming a trusted advisor.
Exactly.
And those strong relationships often lead to referrals and repeat business, which are invaluable in commercial real estate.
For sure.
So it's about going beyond the transactional and building a foundation of trust.
That's key.
What else?
She also stresses the importance of never stopping learning.
Of course.
The real estate industry is constantly evolving. So you have to stay ahead of the curve.
Attending seminars, taking courses, reading industry reports. It's all about keeping your knowledge fresh.
Right.
And staying on top of the latest trends.
Definitely.
And she reminds aspiring agents that building a successful career takes time, patience, and persistence.
Absolutely.
There will be challenges and setbacks along the way,
Right.
but the key is to learn from those experiences, adapt,
Yeah.
and keep moving forward.
That's how you grow.
It's about having that resilience and that unwavering determination to succeed.
Definitely.
And she encourages new agents to never forget the human element of this business.
Okay.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
commercial real estate is about helping people achieve their dreams, whether it's finding the perfect space for their business or making a wise investment that secures their future.
Right.
It's about making a difference in people's lives.
Exactly.
And that's what makes this career so rewarding.
I agree.
Okay, so we've delved into the world of commercial real estate, explored the skills and challenges, and even gleaned some wisdom from a true expert.
She's impressive.
But I'm curious, what about Cara's daily routine?
Oh, that's a great question.
You mentioned it earlier, and I'm eager to hear more about how she structures her day to maximize her effectiveness.
All right, let's dive into a day in the life of Cara Conde.
I'm ready for the inside scoop.
All right, great.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty details of her daily routine.
Okay.
Well, remember how we talked about her starting her day with a heavy dose of data?
Yes.
Let's zoom in on her morning routine and see how she uses that information to gain a competitive edge.
Sounds good.
I'm all ears.
Okay, great.
Take us through a typical morning in Cara's world.
All right, so picture this.
Okay.
It's 5:30 a.m.
Wow, early.
And while most of the city is still asleep, Cara's already up and at it.
Dedicated.
But she's not reaching for a cup of coffee.
Okay.
She's reaching for her tablet,
All right.
eager to dive into the latest market data.
So even before the sun rises, she's already immersing herself in the world of commercial real estate.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. She starts by reviewing the newest property listings, scanning industry news for any significant developments, and poring over those niche economic reports that provide a deeper understanding of market trends.
It sounds like she's looking for those subtle signals, those hidden gems that most people might miss.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
She's not just passively absorbing information, she's actively analyzing it, connecting the dots, and looking for those insights that will give her clients an advantage.
Can you give us an example of how this plays out in a real-world scenario?
Absolutely. Let's say she comes across a news article about a new zoning change in a particular neighborhood. Most people might just glance at the headline and move on, but Cara sees it as a potential game changer.
How so?
She understands that zoning changes can have a ripple effect on property values and development opportunities. So she digs deeper, analyzing the implications of the new zoning regulations and considering how it might benefit her clients.
It's like she's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers.
That's a great analogy. She's always thinking several moves ahead, anticipating the impact of these changes, and positioning her clients to capitalize on the opportunities that arise.
It sounds like she's got a real knack for spotting those hidden gems that others might overlook.
She does. And that keen eye for detail is what sets her apart as a true expert in the field.
Okay, so we've seen how Cara starts her day with a deep dive into data and strategic planning. What happens next?
Well, once she's gotten her fill of market insights, she shifts her focus to client interactions.
So she's putting on her people skills hat and getting ready to connect with her clients.
Exactly. Her mornings are often filled with client calls and meetings where she discusses their needs, updates them on market trends, and provides tailored advice based on her research and insights.
It's like she's a personal consultant guiding her clients through the complexities of the commercial real estate market.
That's a great way to put it. She's not just selling properties, she's building relationships and becoming a trusted advisor.
And that trust is essential, especially when you're dealing with high-stakes transactions.
Absolutely. Her clients know they can rely on her expertise, her integrity, and her commitment to their success.
So her mornings are a mix of data analysis, strategic thinking, and client interactions, all fueled by a genuine passion for helping people achieve their real estate goals. What happens once the meetings are finished?
Well, as you can imagine, commercial real estate involves a lot of site visits. So once Cara has a handle on the day's information, she's out visiting properties, taking meticulous notes, and even snapping photos to share with clients.
It's like she's their eyes and ears on the ground, helping them get a feel for each space, even if they can't be there in person.
You got it. She's not just relying on brochures and online listings. She's out there experiencing the properties firsthand so she can provide her clients with a truly comprehensive perspective.
I bet that hands-on approach really sets her apart. When she's walking through a space, what's she looking for?
She's considering everything from the layout and functionality of the space to the condition of the building and the surrounding neighborhood. She's also looking for those hidden details that others might miss, things like potential zoning issues or future development plans that could impact the property's value.
Wow. So she's really thinking long-term, making sure her clients are making a smart investment, not just a quick purchase.
Exactly. She's looking out for their best interests, ensuring they understand not just the current state of the property, but also its potential for the future.
This is all incredibly impressive, but I have to admit, it also sounds incredibly demanding. Are there ever moments when Cara feels overwhelmed by the challenges and complexities of this industry?
Oh, absolutely. Commercial real estate is not for the faint of heart. But what sets Cara apart is her ability to not just navigate these challenges, but to use them as opportunities to learn and grow.
So let's talk about some of those challenges. You mentioned market volatility earlier.
Right.
How does Cara manage to stay ahead of the curve in such a dynamic and unpredictable market?
Well, remember how we talked about her starting her day with a deep dive into data? That's a key part of her strategy.
So she's using that information to not just react to market changes, but to anticipate them.
Exactly. She's constantly monitoring the market, looking for those early warning signs of shifts and adjustments. Whether it's a change in interest rates, a new development project, or a shift in consumer behavior, she's always on the lookout for those subtle signals that most people might miss.
It sounds like she's treating the market like a puzzle, constantly searching for those missing pieces that will reveal the bigger picture.
That's a great way to put it. And her ability to connect those dots, to see the patterns and trends that others might overlook, that's what allows her to provide her clients with truly insightful advice.
So it's not just about knowing the data, it's about knowing what that data means and how to use it to make informed decisions.
Precisely. And that's where her experience and her deep understanding of the market come into play.
So when the market throws a curveball, Cara's ready to swing. But what about those complex financing and investment structures we talked about earlier? How does she help her clients navigate those tricky waters?
Well, she acts as a translator and a guide. She takes those complicated concepts and breaks them down into simple, understandable terms for her clients.
Because let's face it, most people aren't experts in commercial real estate financing.
Exactly, and she understands that. She patiently walks her clients through the different options, explaining the pros and cons of each, and helps them choose the best path forward based on their individual needs and goals.
It's like she's holding their hand through the entire process, making sure they feel comfortable and confident every step of the way.
Precisely. She understands that these transactions can be intimidating, so she goes the extra mile to make sure her clients feel informed and empowered. And that builds trust, which is essential in this industry.
It sounds like she's not just closing deals, she's building relationships and becoming a trusted advisor.
That's exactly right. Her clients know they can rely on her expertise, her integrity, and her commitment to their success.
So she's conquering market volatility, simplifying complex financial structures. But what about the legal side of things? You mentioned zoning laws, environmental regulations, all those potential landmines that can derail the deal. How does she navigate that minefield?
Well, Cara is incredibly thorough and detail-oriented when it comes to the legal aspects of real estate. She collaborates with legal experts, stays updated on all the latest regulations, and makes sure every transaction is compliant and secure.
It sounds like she leaves no stone unturned.
Exactly. She's not just about closing deals. She's about protecting her clients' interests and making sure everything is done by the book.
So she's got the market knowledge, the financial expertise, the legal savvy, and the client focus. Is there anything else that sets her apart?
One thing that really stands out is her ability to balance the needs of a diverse clientele.
Right, because in commercial real estate, you're not just dealing with people looking for a place to live.
Yeah.
You've got investors, business owners, developers, all with their own objectives and risk tolerance.
Exactly. And Cara has mastered the art of adapting to each client's unique needs and goals. She listens carefully, understands their vision, and adjusts her strategies accordingly.
It's like she's a chameleon, able to blend into her client's world, understand their perspective, and speak their language.
That's a great analogy. And that ability to connect with people from all walks of life, to build rapport and trust, that's what makes her such an effective agent.
Okay, so she's a master of her craft, navigating the challenges and complexities of commercial real estate with ease. But I'm curious, what advice does she have for those aspiring agents out there, the ones just starting their journey in this demanding field?
Well, one of the most important pieces of advice she gives is to find a mentor.
That makes sense. Having someone to guide you in those early stages, to provide support and share their wisdom, can be invaluable.
Absolutely. A good mentor can help you avoid common pitfalls, navigate the complexities of the industry, and build a strong foundation for your career.
So find a mentor, what else?
She also emphasizes the importance of building a strong network.
Because in commercial real estate, it's all about who you know.
Exactly. Attending industry events, joining professional organizations, reaching out to experienced agents, it's all about making connections and building relationships that can benefit you in the long run.
So it's not just about what you know, it's about who you know.
Precisely. And she also stresses the importance of embracing a client-centric approach.
Meaning putting the client's needs first and building those long-term relationships that are so crucial to success in this industry.
You got it. It's about going beyond the transactional and becoming a trusted advisor, someone who clients can rely on for expert guidance and unwavering support.
So it's not just about closing deals, it's about building relationships that last.
Exactly. And finally, she reminds aspiring agents that success in commercial real estate takes time, patience, and persistence.
Because there will be challenges, there will be setbacks, and there will be moments when you want to throw in the towel.
Absolutely. But she says the key is to learn from those experiences, adapt, and keep moving forward. It's about having that resilience and that unwavering determination to succeed.
It sounds like she's not just talking about real estate, she's talking about life.
That's a great observation, and that's what makes her advice so powerful. It's not just about selling properties, it's about building a successful and fulfilling life.
Okay, so we've explored Cara's journey, her expertise, her approach to challenges, and her advice for aspiring agents. We've covered a lot of ground here, but I'm wondering, what's the one thing that stands out to you as the key takeaway from all of this? What's the one piece of advice that listeners should really take to heart?
If I had to choose one thing, it would be Cara's emphasis on building genuine, long-lasting relationships.
Because in the end, it's all about people, right?
Exactly. Commercial real estate may be about buying, selling, and leasing properties, but it's the human connections that drive this industry forward. It's about understanding your client's needs, building trust, and becoming more than just an agent, but a trusted advisor and partner.
That makes perfect sense. I mean, we all want to work with people we like and trust people who have our best interests at heart.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what Cara embodies. She's not just closing deals, she's building relationships that last. And that's a lesson that we can all apply to our own lives and careers.
So it's not just about the transactions, it's about the people.
Well said. And as we wrap up this deep dive into Cara's world, I can't help but think about the broader impact of commercial real estate. It's easy to get caught up in the details of deals and negotiations, but ultimately this industry shapes the spaces where we live, work, and play.
That's a great point. It's about more than just bricks and mortar. It's about creating communities, fostering economic growth, and providing spaces where people can thrive.
Exactly. Think about all the businesses, the jobs, the opportunities that are created within these commercial spaces. It's a ripple effect that extends far beyond the individual properties themselves.
It's like a domino effect.
Huh?
One decision, one transaction can have a profound impact on an entire community.
Precisely. And that's why it's so important to have skilled and ethical professionals like Cara Conde guiding those decisions, people who understand the human impact of their work and who are committed to creating positive change.
Because in the end, it's not just about the buildings, it's about the people who inhabit those buildings and the communities they create.
Beautifully said. And that brings us to the heart of this deep dive. We've explored Cara Conde's journey, her expertise, her challenges, and her triumphs.
But what does it all mean for you, our listener?
Whether you're considering a career in commercial real estate or simply fascinated by the forces shaping our built environment, Cara Conde's story offers valuable insights.
It's a reminder that success in this field requires more than just market knowledge and deal-making skills.
It demands strategic thinking, adaptability, a deep understanding of human needs, and an unwavering commitment to ethical and client-centered service.
And those qualities are valuable in any profession, not just real estate.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I encourage you to reflect on how Cara Conde's journey resonates with your own life and your own aspirations. What lessons can you take away from her experience? How can you apply those lessons to your own work, your own relationships, and your own pursuit of success?
Those are some great questions to ponder. And speaking of questions, there's one more thing I'm curious about. We haven't really touched on how technology is changing the game in commercial real estate.
That's a great point. We've focused on the human element, but technology is undoubtedly playing an increasingly important role in this industry. From virtual property tours to data-driven market analysis, technology is transforming the way agents work and interact with clients.
It's a topic worthy of its own deep dive, perhaps something to explore further.
Absolutely. It's a fascinating area with endless possibilities. And who knows? Maybe Cara Conde will be leading the way in this next chapter of commercial real estate innovation.
I wouldn't be surprised. She seems to be at the forefront of everything else.
I think you're right about that.
And, while we ponder those technological advancement, there's one more takeaway from Kara's story that I think is particularly relevant no matter what field you're in.
I'm all ears. It's the idea of finding your niche, your area of expertise, that thing that sets you apart from the crowd.
So it's not just about being good at everything. It's about being exceptional at something specific.
Exactly. Cara Conde has clearly established herself as an expert in commercial real estate, and that specialization has been a key driver of her success.
It makes sense. When you focus your energy and attention on a specific area, you can develop a deeper understanding, build a stronger reputation, and ultimately provide more value to your clients.
Precisely. And it's not just about the technical skills, it's also about passion. When you're truly passionate about something, it shines through in everything you do.
I bet Kara's passion for commercial real estate is contagious. Her clients probably feel that enthusiasm and dedication every step of the way.
I'm sure they do. And that passion is what fuels her drive to stay ahead of the curves, to constantly learn and grow, and to always be looking for new and innovative ways to serve her clients.
It's a reminder that success isn't just about talent. It's about dedication, hard work, and a genuine desire to make a difference.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of commercial real estate, I want to leave you with one final thought.
What's that?
It's the idea that we all have the potential to be Cara Condes in our own fields. Whether you're a teacher, a doctor, an entrepreneur, or an artist, you can achieve extraordinary things by embracing those same principles: strategic thinking, client focus, continuous learning, and a relentless pursuit of excellence.
That's a powerful message. It's a reminder that success isn't reserved for a select few. It's attainable for anyone who's willing to put in the work, embrace their passions, and never stop growing.
And who knows? Maybe someday we'll be doing a deep dive into your story, uncovering the secrets to your success and inspiring others to follow in your footsteps.
I like the sound of that. Thanks for taking us on this incredible journey into the world of commercial real estate. It's been an eye-opening experience, and I'm sure our listeners have gleaned some valuable insights that they could apply to their own lives.
It's been my pleasure. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep striving for greatness.